See, this is powerful for the spouses right now. Because a lot of times spouses, at least I have felt this intermittently with you through the years, you try to take control. You try to find every antidote. And I'm not saying that it's not reasonable to be prudent, to do the right things and search out healthy options for your life. I mean, you certainly don't want to have unhealthy habits, especially on top of chronic pain, even though you're struggling with a lot of them. But for the spouse, you just gave a very important message that really is the antidote, is when you completely came to the end of yourself. Mm-hmm. And then you could start loving with God's love, not just your own. And that's where the light starts. That's where we're going to talk about the topic of lighting up your life. But let's do this. Let's talk about the people that have had years of unsuccessful attempts to get rid of this hobbling gait that they have while they're walking through life. Mm-hmm. Okay? Let's talk about the different approaches that we can take to take on those travels. Okay? Number one, let's start with this. Seek deeper understanding about your suffering. I think so many people are spending a lot of time trying to get rid of their suffering that they don't look into the deeper understanding of why they have suffering.
I love that. It's true.
Okay? So the key, basically, to open the doors of faith is the eventual dividing of your soul and spirit. In other words, it is the complete, you've loved talking about this, casting aside your self-interest. Not in the sense of having personal annihilation of who you are, but casting away those things because you're choosing God's interests and God's ways over the way that you might conduct your own life's affairs.
That is so powerful. And let me go back to the word you said, self-annihilation. Some people feel that faith creates self-annihilation. Mm-hmm. And when you're in pain, you can certainly feel that.
You absolutely feel that.
But let me say this. I felt like this was just revelation in my own spirit that God gave me this week, that self-annihilation obliterates self, right? That's not what we were created for. God did not create us to obliterate us. Think about that. We're not created to be obliterated. We're created out of love.